style in that sense, but he still has that explosiveness every now and then where he has that right read and he knows how to capitalize on it to the fullest extent.
Yeah, it's like in the turn-based RPG where you save up all your MP and then you just do a full blast.
Yeah, exactly.
in the turn that matters. But speaking of like the drop in the season for a little bit, I mean that's the thing as we reach Smash 4's the end of their lifespan.
Yeah.
That you see a lot of players that have almost reached or are in that top 10 potential.
Yeah.
So, but of course only 10 people can fit in there, you know? So you got so many people that are like right outside, or sometimes you just have a bad day and they like run into another top 10 player like really early in the bracket or something.
Yeah, that's always the danger of the numeric ranking system, is that like it doesn't tell you the full story of how close the people below that top 10 were into making into it. Which is why I do like the fact that the PG stats team, whenever they put out their ranking, they include like the player rank score next to it, right? So you can get a sense of like how big the gap was. Like the gap between 0 and everyone else was always like pretty big. Like it was always like 20 points or something, and then like second place would be like 20 points from like third place, and then everybody would be like crazy packed together.
Yeah, exactly. Like so, I believe number 10, 11, it was like 0.1 points from each other, which is pretty crazy to think about. But anyways, looks like these two are just about ready to go ahead and get started, and of course going to be starting on Smashville.
And it looks like Tofu is going to be picking Ike going into Cloud. I've heard this matchup actually can be a bit fun for Ike because it is, I mean, it is ultimately a sword fight between you and a character that's like slightly faster, but you have pretty comparable range. Of course, you also have the counter, which does help in dealing with the climb hazard whenever Cloud doesn't have limit ready to go.
Yeah, and of course, Ike's jab also relatively fast, good in some certain boxing situations. Like, of course, Cloud struggles a little bit with his super close range, but because the strongest tools are going to be like when he's zoning or keeping people away at the ledge like this right now.
Oh yeah, nice use of Blade Beam, just going ahead and eating up that second jump, forcing Diablo to just kind of die there.
And I think Komorikiri recognized that he went too low on that ether recovery, because usually what you see Clouds do is that they can just dare that ether for free, basically.
Yeah, while Ike is spinning, he no longer has armor, and he's just a big hurt box.
All right, just cutting on a platform. Oh, okay, good landing. I like how Tofu Diablo didn't try to fight his way through, just found the opportunity to get back to the ground.
Oh yeah, that is, you never want to fight Cloud from above. It's just always a painful experience. Ooh! Just clean stuff. The Blade Beam sending Tofu Diablo way too far out. Once again, no double jump ready to go. Just going to end up getting edge guarded really hard, and that's, like we said, Komo just knows how to capitalize on those right situations and take your life.
Yeah, I mean, that was really smart using the Blade Beam. In other situations, maybe he would have used it there, but like right at that moment, it was the right opportunity to send him in a position where he couldn't make it back. You saw him waiting on the Smashville platform too, just in case, like, oh, maybe he will make it, but then he just knew.
Yeah, just in case, like he quick draw, for example, to get on the platform. Like, well, I'm already here, and then I'll block it, and I'll F-throw you off, and we'll keep having fun. Or at least one of them's going to keep having fun.
Right. All right, so that's a pretty convincing first game, but I mean, that's what happens when you're fighting one of the top 10-esque players that I mentioned earlier.
Oh, yeah. Going to be going to the Samus, actually.
Okay. Maybe didn't want to do the sword fight, going to take a little bit more space.
I mean, considering the way he was edge-guarded earlier, like the efficiency he dealt with, I think Samus has a little bit more flexibility than Ike.
Yeah.
You have like the bombs to sort of stall yourself off stage a bit. You have the potential for a tether recovery, and then there's also the up B, which is pretty annoying to contest. It doesn't have quite the wind-up that Ike's does.
Oh, gets a late hit of dash attack, able to string something together, not quite, but still he's got a very, very, very slight percent lead and is going to lose it immediately on that whiff grab.
Ooh. Going to Battlefield, though, and I kind of understand this pick just because I know Samus can utilize these platforms as well with her own juggle combos with up air strings, and there's also the top platform to make screw attack safe if you choose it as an out-of-shield option. Yeah. But the trick is, when Cloud gets in on you, how do you land? Oh, no! Trying to drop down double jump fair, and unfortunately doesn't get the double jump and just drops to his death.
Nah, man, he just wanted to reset his rage. That's fine. It was intentional. Don't worry about it.
But Samus wants rage. What?
Maybe he forgot he was playing Samus. Who knows? Anyways, gets the back hits up the up tilts. Gonna get those air dodge reads, and yeah, that's the typical part about fighting Cloud is finding that 50-50 between are they gonna wait for the air dodge and then air clear you again, or just go for the immediate one.
It's vortexing, right? It's Fox-esque, because even if you air dodge through the up tilt, then they can just pick you up again with something else.
Yeah. Okay, gonna go for a nair. Gets the air dodge into the ground, but just goes for a grab. No limit cross dash quite yet. Let's see what he does at the ledge.
Oh, blocks. Okay. I think he was expecting maybe the forward air or something, so that was really smart for Diablo to just dare and fade inside it entirely.
Trying to zone, but on landing, that's not quite safe on whiff, and that's gonna be just a 2-0. Komorikiri moves on, no issues there.
Luckily for everybody participating today at the convention, every pool is round robin.
Yes.
So no matter what, you're guaranteed to get 5 sets. And actually, it's not just 5 sets because everybody then proceeds onto their own bracket, right? Because we have like the pro bracket, like I don't know what the medium skill bracket and the low skill bracket are.
It's like the low one is the amateur bracket, and then I forgot what the medium one is.
Yeah.